This is a webinar about QuickBooks Online Accountant and the ProAdvisor Cloud program. We're going to go through some of the offerings that are inherent to these programs that you may or may not be in yet. And of course, if you have questions along the way, I do have Kim Montoya with me here today, and she'll be able to field questions from you in real time should you have them. So thank you for joining us, and let's get going. So a little bit about myself. My name is David Virag. I am an onboarding specialist here at Intuit. I have been employed with Intuit since 2011. I am experienced in the online and desktop offerings for Intuit, and I have exclusively supported ProAdvisors, accountants, and bookkeepers for Intuit. I am also QBO Advanced Certified, and I primarily have been supporting the online accountants, QuickBooks Online Accountants application since its inception, about 2012. Growing your practice with the power of the benefits through QBOA and ProAdvisor Cloud. So our goal today is to essentially help our accountants and bookkeepers have a clearer understanding of your QuickBooks Online Accountant, the ProAdvisor Cloud program, their free offerings, and how it will benefit you, the accountant, the bookkeeper, and by extension, your clients. Ideally, this webinar would be for somebody new to QuickBooks Online Accountant, to Cloud ProAdvisor, or even a desktop advisor that may have been with us for some time but has yet to endeavor into the cloud. So this will give you a little bit more insight into what it is you are using. So we will start with ProAdvisor Cloud. What is ProAdvisor Cloud? So in essence, the ProAdvisor Cloud program, it is a marketing program for our accountants and bookkeepers in which we will provide to you applications, tools, discounts, resources, support included in those resources to grow yourself, your business, and of course your clients at virtually no cost to you. Through the use of the program, particularly the ProAdvisor program, you can learn and educate while utilizing many of the free offerings that we've provided to you through these spaces. And really all you got to do is sign up. It is free. So what does ProAdvisor Cloud provide? ProAdvisor Cloud would provide to you QuickBooks Online Accountant and its offerings, grow your practice resources, define a ProAdvisor Profile page to publish yourself externally so that prospective clients can see you, education and training via the Intuit ProAdvisor certifications and training. The training will provide CPE or continuing education credits, and that would vary by lesson. You would also be provided discounts on apps for yourself as well as correlating products and services for you and your client. The ProAdvisor Cloud program can be looked at through the QuickBooks Online Accountant platform. So if you are in QBOA now, on your home screen, you should see a ProAdvisor tab on your left. So moving along, what is QuickBooks Online Accountants? We know we can find ProAdvisor there, but really what is it? So QBOA, as predominantly I will be referring it to throughout the remaining portion of this webinar, QBOA is your central point of access for all cloud offerings for you and your client within the Intuit Cloud ecosystem. That would encompass things like Payroll, for example. And of course, you just sign up, it is free. So ProAdvisor Cloud would be your program as an accountant with us, and QBOA is your centralized means to support your clients through QuickBooks Online. So what does QBOA offer by contrast to the ProAdvisor Cloud program that you would have if you are in QBOA? It would provide to you accountants tools for your own file or any client that you are supporting through QuickBooks Online for Accountants. A team management page to bring in your employees to provide access to specific clients. A ProAdvisor homepage and profile. Wholesale billing for your client QuickBooks Online and or Payroll, so you can consolidate their billing, and centralized management of your QBO clients and their services. And of course, the main piece of QBOA outside of client management is the Your Books file. That is your own file for your own firm data that would be a QBO Plus file, including payroll and payments, which are optional. Okay, so QBOA. Now, when you log into QBOA, this is more or less what you will see. You will see a landing page. It'll encompass a variety of things. Really, it's not too busy, although it may look busy here. You'll have your left-hand navigation bar, your client toggle, and that will be how you shift between clients. Your client list, of course, just to take a quick gander at some of the information regarding to your client's bookkeeping as well as perhaps their payroll, and if you've done tax returns for them at some point in time through the QBO data. You would see a unified search here for accounts, reports, and transactions, your Quick Create button, the Gear menu, your ProAdvisor Profile, and your help and support resources. And in essence, this is what your landing page will look like when you get there. So moving along down the icon bar, if you will, you'll notice that your practice would encompass a couple items. In my mind, predominantly for your firm, it would be clients and your team page. And so we kind of looked at the client list here, and of course your team page where you're going to bring in employees. So if you have, for instance, a couple employees that maybe employee A will work on clients 1 and 2, and employee B will work on clients 3, 4, and 5. You as the owner of the QBOA would have visibility to all clients, but you do have the ability to permission your team to specific clients, as well as to see the firm data or not. Moving along down the QBO navigation, the left-hand navigation bar, you would see your ProAdvisor piece. Now this is, I kind of highlighted it separate just because it would be specific to you. So if you do have an employee that you've brought into your QBOA, they're only seeing the clients that you allow them to see. And when they click on ProAdvisor, your employee, that would open them up to their own ProAdvisor profile. So they can look at some of the offerings for ProAdvisor as well and look at what they can do to enhance their education and their learnings. And of course, as we continue down the Your Books file, which we alluded to just a little bit earlier, it is a plus file. It is full featured, and it would include the ability or the optional offerings to do payroll as well as payments to get paid faster. You can take your desktop data and import directly to your Books file. And again, if you had employees under your team page, you could ensure that they would or would not be able to see the Your Books files. So if you did not want them to see the data there, you can prevent them from doing so through the team page. So clicking on the Home button will get you to the Your Books file. By contrast, to get out of the Your Books file, you can click on Clients to take you right back to your landing page, or QB Accountant. This is actually a button, so this will also take you back to your home page. But the Your Books, you will get there by clicking on the Home. As we had mentioned, it is a plus file, fully featured with the most enhancements and features that are available to a QBO Plus file, plus any enhancements down the road that we're looking to implement. This is a free file. You would not pay for this file, and it would include your ability to do things like payroll, full service, or enhanced. You do have both buckets at your disposal if you so choose to use payroll. And we'll talk a little bit more about that shortly here. A complete discount on your payments processing to link to your Books file, and of course app offerings that we've provided to you, the ProAdvisor, the accountant, for being in QBOA. So this is a really good offering in and of itself, as you will never pay for this file. And so looking at a little bit of the menus, now once you're in a file such as your books, you'll notice some tools appearing. A little briefcase or a toolbox will appear up right next to your client toggle. Now that will only appear if you are in your books or if you are in a client's file. And you'll have some client data review functions here, such as reclassify, write off. Your reconcile function would give you the ability to undo whole periods. So if you find that your client has poorly reconciled to November, should you find you needed to, you can go back to January of that year and undo it and redo the reconciliation. Additionally, if it's just last month, you can do the entirety of last month. So kind of moving along over, we have our Quick Create menu. Now the Quick Create menu is unique to the area you are. When you are in a file such as your books or a client's file, it would be a quick transactional create menu. So you could look at bank deposits, just a quick check or an expense. If you needed to come in and enter an invoice or receive a payment on an invoice, this is your ability to come into the file and just quickly create a transaction. Of course, you can review your list entries, so you can go to your customers, your vendors, respectively, to review any of their transaction lists. Moving right along to the gear menu, this is a little bit of a unique menu. It will hold your settings, list, if you needed to get your recurring transactions or your memorized transactions as they might be in desktop, those would be here as well. But you'll also notice some other things such as budgets. The reconciliation feature we would consider a tool here, so you might find that there. Importing desktop functions, and of course additional aspects of your firm such as your account, your team. So I might call this a settings, but really it's a gear menu and it encompasses quite a few different things. So definitely keep that in mind. Now just really quickly, what I did want to show you was how this menu would change. So if we're in a file, you'll notice the brief box or the briefcase, and then we'll see our accountant's tools. If you are on your home page, it's no longer there. It's because it needs a file to operate. So you'll see your quick create menu for your transactions here as well. But if you notice, when we're at our client list and you click on that plus, that it now shifts to creating a user for your team page or creating a client. Okay, so predominantly you'll be in your left-hand icon bar for your books, perhaps your accountant's tools, but probably more so for your clients, and then your gear and your quick create menu. And predominantly you'll be there a majority of your time while supporting yourself and your clients. Okay, so let's talk about some of the offerings that we have provided to you through QBOA. We will start with the payroll offering. So in my mind, this is a big one. You may have employees, you probably want to pay them, and switching services isn't always the most fun conversation to have. We try to make that a little bit easier for you by offering both payroll services for the online for free, should you choose or find that you need that. Now, enhanced is something that you might be familiar with in terms of the term or the name, enhanced payroll. And that would give you basically everything you need to do electronic filings, direct deposits, electronic tax payments, things of that nature. It is do-it-yourself, so you would have to manage your quarterlies and your annuals. But we've also given you the option to do a full-service payroll for free, and that is an amazing service that I would highly recommend. In my experience, you see a lot of accountants going towards the full-service route for their clients. Just makes life a little bit easier, enabling your clients to more run their business and worry less about things like payroll data and running the payroll. Your clients or yourself will just go into the menu or the employee module, and you will essentially run payroll. And that's about it. We'll take care of your tax payments as well as your form filings. And that's a guaranteed service. So we've offered that to you for free. Definitely recommend we check this one out at the very least. This is how you get there if you wanted to review what it has or what it can do for you in more detail. I would want you to go to your books, click on your employee menu, and you'll see this little guy right up at the top, Get Started with Payroll. When you click on that, it'll then take you to a new area to review. Now, if full service is not something that you want, as it is always going to default to full service, you can click this little link down here, which will open up the enhanced for you if that is something you wanted to do. We have amazing support teams for both, so regardless of where you choose to land in terms of payroll, there is a team to support you. Payments is something that we've also offered to you for free through QBOA. So you may find that you want to do things like invoicing your clients and enabling them to pay with ACH, a credit card. Should you find that's something you wanted to do and perhaps even automate those invoices so that they go out on schedule, this would be your mechanism to enabling your clients to pay you electronically. Now, keeping in mind that in QBOA, if you are here and you've clicked on your ProAdvisor Profile or your tab on the left-hand navigation bar, you've got the ProAdvisor Profile more or less ready to go. So because you're a Cloud ProAdvisor with us in QBOA, we would give you the paid rates at $0 per month. Your clients would save approximately 22% on the service to 25% respectively. This is a $20 service, so these are the paid rates that you can offer your clients at $16 a month, and that we would just give to you, the ProAdvisor, for free. We really want you to jump into the QuickBooks Online accountant offering, review the ProAdvisor areas, and see really what this can do for you. By no means do you have to utilize everything that I'm showing you today, but it is important that you know these are here should you start growing and expanding your business and acquiring a higher volume of clients. These services are going to be amazing for you. Additionally, we've provided to you wholesale billing. Now, what wholesale billing essentially states is that as long as we are billing you, the accountant or the bookkeeper, for the series of whichever clients you choose to wholesale bill, that you would receive a perpetual discount on their file forever, and that discount would always be 50%. Wholesale billing is optional. You do not have to do it. You can always offer a pass-through discount for your clients. To get into QBO, usually the promotions for a new client file will last about 1 year. And if you wanted to continue a discount or a savings for your client going forward, wholesale billing is one of the ways to do it, if not the way to do it. And just recently, we've actually included self-employed. So you can create a self-employed file at a perpetual discount for wholesale billing. Should you find you have any self-employed clients or potential self-employed clients looking to file Schedule C, you can now create self-employed through QBOA. And of course, if your client needs it, you can offer them a great savings on their payroll services. So the enhanced payroll is $40 a month. Full service payroll, in which we take a majority of that liability from you, is $100 a month. And they are great services. We have end users and business owners that do pay full price. They're great services. And they really help you accomplish what you need. But you can do them better by offering them discounted pricing as long as they're teaming up with you, the accountant or the bookkeeper in QBOA. So we've really given you free payroll, free payments, and an incredible means to reduce the cost of your clients who are in our services in the cloud. It's a really, really great deal. So a little bit more about the wholesale billing page. How you get there is the gear wheel and your account. So this might work us a little bit better here. Gear wheel, your account, and here we will see the wholesale billing page. This is all your clients that are being wholesale billed. And you can see the price varying based on having things like payroll or not, or self-employed. You'll have action items to cancel their services or remove them outright should something happen, as things can happen at any time in today's world. So if for one reason or another the relationship parts ways, you can remove them from your billing, and you immediately would start looking at the actual QBO file for billing. Editing personal information for yourself. Of course, company information. This would be your ID number to your QBOA. So if you ever needed to find it and you're calling support, gear wheel and your account is one way you can locate that. I like that you can truncate this and give yourself a little bit more real estate here. Billing information, so you can enter your credit card or debit card info. One moment, everybody. I apologize. There we go. Okay. And, of course, moving clients to wholesale. Now, this is how you will see if your clients can qualify. Now, I don't have any clients here that are ready to move over. If your clients are in a trial period, ideally, we want them to be in their trial. We don't want you to end up paying us any sooner than you have to. So in the past, you could, but nowadays, I mean, it's more logical to allow yourself or your clients to really, really ensure that the product they're using is what they want to be in. However, if you're coming across a client that is a prospective client to your firm, and you've taken them on as, or they've taken you on as an accountant, and you're reviewing their data, and you said, okay, let's move forward with this business relationship, you can then come into this page by clicking your Move Clients to Wholesale button and consolidate them. And then it will bring them over to your billing and reduce the cost of their services between QBO and payroll. If they have payroll, if they just have QBO, then it will just reduce their QBO cost. Of course, your payroll subscription, your QBO subscriptions, and this is where you will manage anything that is billed to you, the accountant. Okay, so let's take a good dive into ProAdvisor Cloud now that you have a little bit of insight into QBOA and what it's doing for you or what it is offering you. The best thing about the QBOA piece is that we really have given you the best offerings we have for free. We really want you to try them and recommend them. And we know you will love using them. So by extension, on your left-hand navigation bar, you'll see your ProAdvisor Cloud or your ProAdvisor Profile. If you just happen to be a desktop advisor with us, this is also where you would go to see your desktop information. But at any rate, this is your ProAdvisor landing page, which you kind of saw earlier. Up at the top right, you would see your ProAdvisor Profile. That will hold everything you need to describe yourself, your experiences, and the types of services for businesses that you can provide, as well as things like the history of your certifications. So you'll notice you've got tabs here, certification, your profile, but we have moved that up to the top right, so it'll probably just link you to that area when you click there. Training, which is outside of things like QBO training and certification. This is just additional training. Your discounts, and your resources for your firm. And of course, notifications for any enhancements, updates for QBOA. So let's talk a little bit about the ProAdvisor Profile. Now this is what it would look like. When you do click on it, you have the ability to edit just about every area. And I highly advise that you enter as much information about yourself. If you have Facebook or LinkedIn accounts, if you have a website, add it. You do want to make sure your profile is as robust as possible, and it just maximizes your ability to be visibly seen externally. These are public profiles that we have provided to you. Additionally, if you are certified, prospective clients would be able to see that, so they know roughly who they're talking to. And it may seem logical, but of course, add a picture. It does so much for a prospective client just to get an idea of who they'll be speaking to or who they will be reaching out to. Definitely get a picture up there as soon as you can. When clients are searching for you at the Find a ProAdvisor website, it will look something like this. You will get a listing. Individuals are ranked based on their profile and their certification history. Once you drill down on a profile, so we've said, okay, Victoria looks pretty good, we'll go ahead and review her profile. You can get a really good drill down of their services and offerings and reach out to them directly. So this is one way that leads will be generated directly to you. Find a ProAdvisor website's been out for a very long time. The ProAdvisor program has been around for 20 years this year. It actually started in '97. But this is the first few years we offered Cloud ProAdvisor in the form that you're looking at today. So some of the heralded aspects of the ProAdvisor program are the training and the certifications. Now, this page is a little bit of a hodgepodge here, if you will. When you log into your ProAdvisor page, you'll notice that it will show you your certification tier. But that, or your, I should say, ProAdvisor tier, really. Every ProAdvisor will start as a silver ProAdvisor, and acquiring clients, at least 5, for example, or taking a QBO certification will elevate you to gold. So you can acquire 5 clients to go gold, and or you can get certified to go gold. That does mean that as you move through the tiers, that you would have more specialized service and support to support your clients. And so we do have quite a few diamond advisors, but I would stress that certified advisor is different. So for example, if you wanted to get your profile published, you will have to take a certification in order to facilitate the publication of your profile. QBO will do it for you. Now I'll mention that again, but just to reiterate, a QBO certification, or a certification, really, one is how your profile gets published. And that is a little bit about what this represents at the top portion of your landing page for ProAdvisor. But really, before you get certified, you may want to look into our trainings. Now, if you feel like you have been in QuickBooks Online enough to forego the training, that is absolutely something you can do, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But by all means, the training will offer you CPE credits respectively per module, between 8 and 9 continuing education credits. They are self-paced. We do give you unlimited attempts to pass at 70% or better in order to get credit. Once you have gone through your modules and you feel you are ready to go, click your Take Exam button, which will be right here, right at the top right of your QBO training option. But again, if you find that, well, you know, I've been supporting clients in QuickBooks Online for a little while already, and I have a level of experience with the cloud offerings for Intuit, then there's nothing stopping you from going into the certification if you wanted to. Now, we do give you 5 sections to pass. You do have to pass at 80% or better, and we do give you 4 attempts to pass each section. There will not be any CPE credits that are offered for the certification. The certification gets you the cert. Your training will give you the CPE, just to be clear on that. And you will only review the answers you've gotten incorrect. So, for example, out of 10 questions, if you've gotten 7 correct and you're at 70%, you will go back and review the 3 questions you've gotten wrong until you hit the 80% marker. And then you will move on. There is no prerequisite for QuickBooks Online. So anybody jumping into ProAdvisor today will have QuickBooks Online at their fingertips as soon as you log in. The training, the certification does not cost anything. Just continuing that verbatim, we have provided this to you for free. If you want to go advanced, the prerequisite is QuickBooks Online, so you'll have to take the QBO certification or get certified in QBO in order for the QBO Advanced to show. And of course, you can review your certification history across both platforms, but of course your cloud ProAdvisor certifications. So if you've been with us for a little bit of time already, you would most likely be seeing your 15, 16, and soon to come up your 17 certification once you take it. This is just a little bit of an image about QuickBooks Online. This is essentially what your certification will look like. You can print it out. I highly recommend that you save it as a PDF to your computer, maybe even to a thumbstick, print it out as well. Give yourself a couple copies of this, so if you have to, you can come back to us and get that updated if something happens. So it's always a safe bet to save your exams or save your certificates once they're available to you. Here I've got the badge, so you'll notice the QBO, the QuickBooks Online badge, and the Advanced badge, just to give you a little bit of an idea. So this is also something that's nice. As the year progresses, the certifications for QuickBooks Online are annual, so you would need to take one once every year, respectively, in order to maintain advisorship. And so we would simply notify you that that's happening. And so if for some reason you haven't been able to take the 2016's QBO cert, this is the time frame that we will sunset it. So you've got a little bit of time, about 11 days, to get 2016 under your belt before we pump out the 2017 certification. So hopefully if you're with us today, this gave you a little bit of a sense of urgency to get that consecutive certification history on board, as that also will prop up your profile at Find a ProAdvisor. Of course, we can exit that. Once you are online certified, you will see the ability to download your certificate as well as your badges. And we've given you the coding to add it to things like your website or your emails. You can download the images from here and add them to your documents. So everything for ProAdvisor in one neat little place in terms of certification. And again, once you're certified, your profile will be published to the web. So moving right along, we have provided to you additionally discounts. We've alluded to some of them. Payments at no cost to you. Of course, payroll, I would probably throw that in here, but we definitely have offered you ProConnect Tax Online returns, which formerly was Intuit Tax Online, if you've heard that in the past. We give you 5 free individuals as 5 free business returns. Should you want to try out the online tax side, very powerful system in the cloud. And of course, discounts on things like checks and supplies. Now, one of the good aspects of the discount page is you will see a hyperlink getting you to special offers on apps for ProAdvisors. Now, this is definitely something I recommend you look at also, because we've primarily provided these to you through these providers. So these are companies that are Intuit approved that work with us and predominantly have been for years. So these aren't new players to the game, if you will. These guys have been around for some time. HubDoc we would offer you for free. Fathom CRM we would offer you for free. T-Sheets we would offer you for free. Receipt Bank is the only one, which is kind of the reason why I have an asterisk here. And we would give you, or Receipt Bank essentially, for signing up through ProAdvisor would give you, I believe, 2 months, a 2-month trial, and then a discounted monthly fee that would be competitive. So that one I would take note. But drilling down on any of these really will get you a bit more information about what they are and what the offer is for you, in essence, for being an accountant with us in QBOA and ProAdvisor. And so just to kind of guide you to that spot, if you click on your ProAdvisor, click on discounts, and you will see here special offers on apps. Clicking on that will get you to the exact page we were looking at, to where you can drill down on one of the offers and in essence see what they're offering to you. So highly recommend you check that out. We've also offered discounts for your clients. Now, of course, QBO with Payroll, Wholesale Billing, that is definitely something that we've enlightened you to today. That is definitely not something you have to do. You by no means have to do Wholesale Billing, as that really is the only time we're charging you through the entirety of the program for something in QuickBooks Online for Accountant or ProAdvisor Cloud. So again, if you wanted to incur billing for your clients, that is literally one of the only ways that we will charge you for QBOA. It's just because your clients are passing through their billing to you. Of course, payments discounts, which we shown a little bit earlier, for $16 a month on the better paid rates. Self-employed, of course, if you have any clients requiring a Schedule C, it is literally like we took a Schedule C and made an application out of it. It is a really great application that is gaining steam. So if you do have self-employed clients or potential self-employed clients really looking to manage things like business, personal expense, requiring a profit and loss, maybe they're tracking mileage and time, self-employed is definitely something you'll want to consider for them. And then, of course, checks and supplies, we would give you and your client discounts on that as well. Now, with all that stuff that we've offered to you, you definitely want to know that you have support. Now, I've kind of coupled our resources and support page here, but really, really, really the important thing to note is the incredible amount of support that you have to support all of these things. We do provide to you free phone support. It is US-based. As you move up through your tiers as a ProAdvisor, silver, gold, ultimately diamond. Diamond would be what we might say as the cream of the crop in terms of supportability. We've got varying levels of skills across silver, gold, and diamond support, but you predominantly will see or speak to more tenured agents that have been with us for some time. So, better support as you grow through the ProAdvisor tier, silver, gold, and diamond. We provide to you chat support options. That's available to you anytime, as well as the phone support as long as we are open, which predominantly is Monday through Friday. The knowledge that we have for you, the years of knowledge between desktop and online, that is public. Our community, to which you would see some of that knowledge, but predominantly is getting you visibility of other accountants, other all-star ProAdvisors that actively are supporting clients through our ProAdvisor community. It has a lot of engagement. You yourself can absolutely participate, answer questions, or consult with other accountants. So the ProAdvisor community is really amazing. Another resource for you for tips, tricks, or best practices from other advisors. And of course, the Accountant Help Hub, which is relatively new, but it's kind of an all-encompassing resource for accountants. So that support is really something I wanted to drive home. It's also included. You will be speaking to Intuit employees, respectively, some of which are just like myself. We've been here for a number of years. We know a lot about the slew of offerings that we offer between desktop and online, primarily online today's world for Cloud ProAdvisor and QBOA. But do remember that is available to you. Now, some other things that we can touch upon, which are just going to be really good for you. Resources. So we've also given you resources as an advisor, some digital books, quick videos, and tips and tricks from individuals that have worked with us internally, externally for a number of years. So highly recommend you check out some of this. Of course, you don't have to if you're not too bothered by client acquisition and marketing aspects, then you may not need this, but definitely give this a go-around. Check out some of the reading material, review the videos, see some of the tips and tricks that we have to offer that will only help you along the way. And I would say when you get to a certain point, you may want to train your clients, you may want to train your employees, but you may not necessarily want to bring them in as a ProAdvisor. So if that was something that was within your scope, you can offer employees and clients kind of a curriculum of training and education, if you will. Now, this is something that you can print out. It does come with instructor and student materials. And so if you just wanted to give a class, or if you just wanted to train a small group of individuals, even some advisors in the past have taken some of these materials and just ended up training classes, which is something you can do as well. We've given you pretty much the latest material for online, and then desktop going back our supported version years to 2015. So this is another great resource for you if you just needed to kind of get a curriculum out there for QuickBooks training. Jump right into this training tab, and that's really what this is for. Certification training will always be under your certification tab. This will prepare you for your exam, and this is just additional training resources for you to train additional individuals, clients, employees at your convenience. So, and of course, yes, the notifications. So anytime we have a notification about cloud offerings respectively, we will notify you under the notifications tab. And that will be right here. But for your support options, the question mark at the top right, you'll see a little bit about your tier, some search options for what you want to look for if you needed to search for something, and then of course, direct means to reach us and direct means to speak with us virtually. Your Accountant Help Hub resources, and I like that we added what's new down here. This is a great place to go periodically. We do attempt to make enhancements to QBO and QBOA monthly. So this would be your ability to go in and see what has been implemented. Now, we'll also send out email, newsletters, things of that nature to you. So you can also keep a lookout for that. But if you just don't know what's happening, if you're not getting those correspondence or those messages from us, help menu, and right here. So in my mind, this is kind of the picture that QBO, QBOA, and ProAdvisor, this is the picture that it paints in my mind. It's kind of a closed loop system. You'll be in your QBOA, supporting yourself, supporting your firm, supporting your clients. You'll be offering your clients discounts on their services for things like payroll, payments, and their QBO. You support them, and that feedback goes directly into your ProAdvisor. Things like your profile. So as your ratings and your profile grows, clients will be posting feedback about you, which in turn increases standing or helps to increase standing, which then enables you or clients to reach out to you to continue the cycle. And so really, it is all-encompassing. ProAdvisor Cloud and QBOA really is everything you need to support the many, many businesses that are operating in QuickBooks Online. It is a closed loop, full circle system. And I hope that I was able to kind of paint that for you guys today. So to sum up, QBOA, or QuickBooks Online Accountant, is extremely powerful, especially with the offerings that we've provided to you to support yourself as well as your clients. It is your means to support them and their data. It really is. And the ProAdvisor Cloud is everything you need, such as the software, the training and education, discounts and support, and it's all there for you. And again, it is free. We will not charge you for signing up and clicking around if you're in QBOA for a year and you've done nothing in it. Really, there's no impact to you. So it's only a benefit that we've provided to you. And I couldn't stress the fact more that it is free. I mean, it may be kind of hard to believe, but we have truly provided to you several offerings, amazing programs, training for free. All you got to do is sign up. And a little bit of a quirky, funny thing, I just kind of mentioned that only accountants can save the world through peace, goodwill, and reconciliations, but also with ProAdvisor and QBOA, right?